Eric, I'm very thankful you're on with me today. I want to ask you a couple of questions. I've heard some things come up recently around AI, artificial intelligence, and at the same time, I'm hearing that in many ways we're seeing a decline in the human dynamic of what's going on in our world. Talk to me about that. What are you seeing?
Yeah, that one is really a hot button issue for me,
Mm,
because it didn't just start with AI, and I'm going to qualify too. I'm not anti-technology, Steve. I think it's wonderful. It's improved our lives in many respects, but in many respects, I think AI is a symbol of a greater problem, and is that emphasis on this hyper. Let's find the most technologically fast lane as possible to advance us to be able to do things quicker, easier, more efficient, all of that. And again, on its face, that makes total sense. You'd be sort of crazy not to want that to a degree. But the thing that really gets me is that we don't stop and go, well, okay, how is it that it seems like technology is doing this and human beings are doing that? It doesn't seem like those two marry up very well. And quite frankly, I sometimes, and maybe it's me being the uber optimistic, strange from another planet kind of guy, I really do believe, and I'm speaking of this, Steve, from the standpoint of the people that I interact, my clients, my neighbors, they're beyond being decent people. They're good people. And I think they're worth development. I mean, why would we not pour all the resources possible to make their lives stronger, wiser, healthier, all of the above?
right.
And I think sometimes the message is AI will take care of that for us. And I don't think so. And quite frankly, when you look at the data around just the condition, right, of our spiritual, our mental, our physical and emotional health, I don't think any scientist out there, research scientists, would say, "Oh, no, 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 Eric, you're wrong. Human beings, at least in the United States, we're tracking right there with AI. We're healthy. We're prosperous in that regard, right?" And it really, quite frankly, makes me quite concerned about from a societal standpoint, because quite frankly, Steve, what good is all this advanced technology if human beings are on this trajectory in the opposite direction? You know, you kind of alluded to something. I'll say this real quick when you talked about, this idea about how's that working out for you, leaving emotions at the door type thing, right? And anymore, because I hear that, I'll say things like, well, let me give you an example why I think that might be deficient. And I said, let's say that I tell you after I leave my appointment with you, I'm going to go out to my car and I'm going to get rid of one of my tires because I don't need it. I'm fine. You would tell me, wait a minute, you need that tire to work with the other three tires for you to get to where you need to go. But if I just throw one off to the side, you're going to say, you're crazy. That's not going to work. But what do we do, Steve? Leave the emotions out of it, leave the spiritual out of it, and look at the results. So, from that standpoint, that's the part that has concerned me about AI and technology in general in its ascent.